Well, hello, this is Madeline. I am from Vancouver Island, Canada, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And every Thursday I come live, or later the next day, I put it on YouTube so that we can share some ideas and inspiration. And each week I do a little bit different. And tonight is a new product and a simple fun fold. So, what is it that I'm going to show you? Oh boy. Christmas in July. Look, I don't know if you can see the detail of this gold, but it is beautiful. So it has two sides. It has this side. Oh, but that doesn't, camera doesn't do it justice. Nope. You definitely have to see this one in person. Gorgeous paper. Look at that one. Unbelievable. And then, of course, this side, which I really like, I use that. I'm going to show you a card that I made with that one. And this, oh boy, do I remember green and gold season? I think it is. Let me just double check. Here, let's go through these real quick because I want to get to our card. And this is actually the paper that we are going to use for our card tonight. And let me just double check this. Oops. And of course, it's not in front of me. Okay, sorry. You'll find out soon. This is one of the new online products that they released on July 3rd. And this is one of the others. They don't go together, but I am going to put them together because this paper is so universal that you can use it for so many different things. And it is amazing. There are certain stamp sets that are very unique and just wow. And this is one of them. So if you are going to be joining me here live, be sure to let me know that you're here. Would love to have you participate with me. And yes, tell me if I don't know you, where you're from. And let's get started. So, first of all, I got to show you this bundle because these are the gorgeous stamps, beautiful skates, and of course, this sled. And I love it that they have a wreath and snowflakes and even a cardinal and even a whatever we call this. I can't think of it at the moment. So it's a photopolymer stamp. And yes, if you see here, I always keep a clear envelope in my cover with my cutout pieces so that I used to keep them separate and then I never use them. So I keep them right with my stamp set so that now when I go to make another card, they're right there. And these are the dies. So we have one also in the back here. So some of these pieces, like this inside piece and this, make the sleigh. And then this is a standalone die. And you'll see how we're going to use these three for the skates. And then, of course, you can cut out the wreath and the door hanger thing. So beautiful. Okay, so that's the new product. Let's see. So I always show a former card that I've done with a template because I like to be able to give you more ideas rather than just seeing the one idea of a fun fold. And so I'm going to show you one that is, of course, retired. It is the little Scotty punch that we used to have. And I don't even have it set up right. There we go. That's the right way. It is a fun fold where you open it up like this, and then you open this piece up like that. Isn't that cute? So this pops again through the little circle, and there we have it. So cute. So you can see with this one, I actually made my own background here by just stamping the snowflakes around. So that is one way you can do it. But we are going to make it with designer paper. So I have our old olive as the card base. And then I have this piece, which has that gold design in the back. I just love that. I mean, So beautiful. And that's not even the gold side. So what we're going to do, the first step, as you noticed, there was a window. And the first thing we have to do is make this. So how do we do that? Because you cannot take your circle. Where's my circle? Come here. You can't take your circle and cut it on your paper and then cut it on here because your circles won't match. Hello, Karen and Yvonne. Hello there, ladies. Nice to have you join me. So what we need to do is just put a little bit of tape runner, just a teeny little bit. Oh, and I guess it won't work if you got the cover on. So just a teeny bit there and there, because that's going to hold it in place. And this is now when you're going to center this piece. And you see how when I do this, I always kind of make sure that I'm looking at two corners, and then I can start to look down. And if it's still not right, I can lift it, because especially if you're using tape runner, it can be kind of tricky because you don't have wiggle room. So there we go. That's all in there nicely now. And so now what I'm going to do is for this one, I'm not going to put the ribbon that I did on the bottom. Here, let's keep this in view here. I'm not going to put the ribbon this time. I'm going to put a sentiment down here. So what I want to do is I want to put it right there. So I kind of want to have it fairly even from these three sides. And I can't obviously put this through my mini. So I have my big machine, cut and emboss machine, right behind me here. So I'm right here, but I am just going to quickly cut this. So as you see, I'm going to have to put it through the machine going this way. It's not going to move on me here now that I moved it. I usually like to line it up right on my cut and emboss machine so that by the time I carry it over, it's going to be in the right place. Okay, so now we have this cut, and I should say I am using Spotlight on Nature. It's such a beautiful stamp set. I saw somebody stamping with these, and wow, what the detail on those leaves are incredible. And of course, I've used these, and they are lovely too. But these dies are amazing. So you get actually 3 different designs and a whole bunch of sizes. So that's what we got here. So now I'm just going to show you here. So this circle, I'm doing it a little bit bigger than I had for this one. So this is where now you can separate it. And that's where a little bit of the tape is. Oh, I should have put it on. Okay, when you're doing it, make sure you go above the circle. I'm going to lift it very carefully because you don't really want it on the circle. I forgot. It's okay. We will use one of these magic erasers. Get rid of all the gummy. Okay. Everybody keeping cool. It's pretty hot out there. I'm hiding beside my air conditioner. Okay. So there we go. So next time, make sure you put it either in a corner like this so that it doesn't interfere. Okay, so now we're going to take this. This is now our big piece, and we are going to layer it with a small one. So now I need to cut one out of this size here. So again, put this through. Oh, plate 2, plate 3, and other 3. I'm so gladly numbered it. And we go exact. Okay. All right. So this one we have here now. Okay. So this is actually what we're going to, instead of the black and the white, we're going to, oh, there's a few to poke out there. We are going to actually label it with the green and the white instead of the black and the white. So we just punch out a few holes. We did 2 layers, and so because we did 2 layers with this one, it's not coming out as clear, because when you do this, the first, like just one sheet of paper, boy, it is amazing. The dyes that Stampin' Up! Is making now, they are just so, so good. One more over there. Okay, so let's get those dots over there. All right, and then we've got our circle, okay? And we're not done yet because we need a card in the inside. So we're going to get that all ready. This piece, if you're looking for the size of this piece, what did I cut this as? I cut it as 4.5 by 1.5, and it is 1/2 inch where I scored on the end. Okay, so next step. Here we have this, but now we're going to work on the detail. So now we have our beautiful skates. And so we're going to need the blades and the laces and the skates. All right. So let's get this cut out. I've got my little one here now so I can stay on screen. And I'm just going to use a scrap of silver. I got very worried when they took away the silver, but I'm very glad they brought it back. We need our silver. And I always cut it so I don't have a big piece, because it tends to mark up the rest of the foil. So I just make sure that I cut little pieces that are enough for the die that I need. Okay, so we got the skates. There's the blades. Whoops. Flinging it all around. Okay, now where did my white piece go? Might be red one. Let's get a little piece. Okay. Skates. Okay, and I was wondering what color for the, should we do Mossy Meadow? Maybe we'll try Mossy Meadow. Let's push this in a little bit. See, it cut a little bird there, but that's okay. We still got room. And we're gonna try cutting. I think that's so cool how they have all these pieces. It was very cleverly designed by the Stampin' Up! Artists, because the detail is just beautiful. So let's have a look here now where we are. Put everything around. Okay, there's the skates, there's the laces. Okay, we're gonna use this again in a minute. Getting lots of little pieces here. All right, let's take our brush. See if it will come out like that. There it is. All right, and then our beautiful skates, like this. And wait for it, because there's something really special about these skates. As you see, the skates have a little cut mark in here, and that is because they've designed it specifically for the laces. So you don't need too much on there, just a little bit. Just a little bit here in the back. All right, so now we're going to take these laces and we stick them through like that. Isn't that so amazing? It is very clever. It just fits in there perfect and looks so real. So there we go. We got the back of those. Okay, and now we're going to do the blades. So this one may not necessarily be only for Christmas. You could definitely be using it for winter, or those that are into skating. You can't get a better match for those figure skaters. Okay. So we're going to put, again, just a little bit. I'm hardly putting any pressure. And if I did apply too much pressure and too much glue, you know that you can take your silicone mat and put it upside down, and then it will get most of the blobby glue off of there, and then it won't be too much for when you put it on your die piece. So there we go. Now we have the skates. Look at those. Just gorgeous. I have one here somewhere. I had one with the red laces. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to now emboss. So, where did I put it? Oh, right here. I'm going to put a little bit of the buddy on there. And especially where I just stuck my finger because there's glue there. Okay, and now we're going to try out this wreath. So we're going to take this wreath, put it on a block. There's my Versamark. Here. Glue, you got to move over there. Okay, we got our Versamark. Actually, you know what? It's bigger than the stamp, so I'm going to put my stamp on the table and then use my Versamark. And I always tend to kind of go around with my stamp because we tend to kind of use the middle of our stamp set all the time. Oh, Verena! Hello, Verena! So we're going to just go around and do that. Okay, and now I'm going to put this in, my head doesn't get in the way, in there like that. Okay, and then now I've got my glue embossing powder. And we're going to take this, emboss the magic. Oh, you guys, it's the first thing that attracted me when I first saw somebody making cards was the embossing. And me, and I'm sure many others, that did it. Okay, actually, I don't want to put that too far because we're going to do the sentiment in a minute. But my heat gun is down here. So we are going to just turn this on and get it hot. And I decided to do it gold because I want to color it with Stampin' Blends. And I just thought the gold would look really nice. So rather than doing it black, or rather than doing it mossy meadow. So it takes a little while for the heat gun, of course, to warm up. But it's coming. There's the magic. Can you see it? Ooh, beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay. Okay, there we have that. That over there. Let's just close up my Versamark. Okay, and I guess I could use another linen thread, but I am using the white that comes in a few different colors because I wanted to have something that I could tie a knot, I mean, not a knot, a bow not a knot. So let's see if I can tie a bow here. Tie a bow. Okay, now we're going to pull it in a little bit. Yeah, we should have excess. And what I'm thinking is once we're done, then I can use that to attach the skates. So let's color. Now, this won't take too much coloring. I did make one yesterday, and it was actually pretty fast because a lot of this is filled in with the gold. So I basically try to do like 2 at a time because, again, alcohol inking, you want to move the ink when it's wet. Because if you don't move it when it's wet, then it will have those sharp lines. Well, they blend a little bit, I should say, but if you really want it to blend, this is the way to do it. I don't know if that's a berry or not. Oh boy. We're going with it that it's a roundish leash. It just looks a little too big for a berry. Okay, so we're going to go here. Unless it's something else. Hey, you wreath makers, what do you think? Is that a leaf? I'm making it as a leaf, but anybody got any other guesses what it's maybe supposed to be? Hi, Linda. There she is. Yeah, you'll have to go back and do the replay later, but so glad you could at least join us for a bit. We're all not done, so we're not even there yet. So welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm just giving this again a little bit of the dark in the corners, and then I'm taking the light again and I'm going over, and that's how you can get it really blending beautiful. As you can see, what a difference that makes. Do I got light? Oops, see, I just put the dark in. Some people do start with the dark, and that's fine if you're used to doing that. I just find it's easier to start with the light, and then I know exactly where I'm coming in with the dark, and then just blend it in again. They do call it blends. So that's what we're doing here is we're blending the two colors together. And of course that is only done when it is wet. So if you do a big part, like if I did all these leaves, then it would be more patchy just at the end where I wanted to put the dark. Whereas now we can kind of get it blending. Okay, a few more. Does anybody have friends that love skating? I know I have one friend. He used to judge synchronized skating. So I'm sure she's absolutely loving this set. Okay. Oh, a few more. Here we go. And then we're going to go back and then we'll just do the berries. So we got those. Sorry, this takes just a little bit of time. This is probably the most time-consuming part. But I think it will be worth it. Oops, that's supposed to be red. I'm going to go back over it with red. Oops. You done that before? I certainly have. This one. There we go. Okay, now back with our light. Okay. Now, berries. So this one I covered up, but I'm just going to, yep, there we go. See, it's just a little bit darker, but it still looks like a berry. I don't know if that's supposed to be a berry. I thought they were in 3s, but some of these are in 4s. Or if it's my interpretation. The rest of these are 3. Who knows? Anyway, there we go. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to get, what should we do first? Let's get our card ready here. So this is the inside of our card. And this piece here that we had the mossy meadow, what we're going to do with this is we have to be very careful which way we're going because we want this to be in the middle of our circle. Everybody see? So in the middle of our circle. So I'm just going to take that like that. And I am just going to make a quick little pencil line here and here. So I know this is where I want to put the glue. So this is where that hinge will be. And you're going to put the hinge side down. So we want to put that down. And I like to do it with the glue because if we don't have it quite right, we can still move it. So about the same on there. That looks pretty good. On there. Okay. So then now is where we can take our piece, and depending on what we were doing, what are we going to do? I forgot to think about that. Are we going to put the skates? As long as it doesn't show. Let's see. Nope, the skates would show. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a few of these snowflakes. There's that blob. And just because we have to be very careful with that opening because we're going to be able to see that. So I am just going to put some snowflakes down there. Make it really simple. Okay, so now to finish off the inside, and then we're going to finish up the front. We're going to put the adhesive, whatever you like to use, on here like this. And we're going to center that in here. And again, now we're covering up that little piece of strip. Okay, so just like that. And then now we are going to go back to the front because remember we only put a little bit of adhesive. So now I'm just going to put it all the way around the circle too. Okay, now on this side. And I'm doing it on this piece because if I put it on here, I may not get it all lined up. Whereas this part's getting covered. So I'm putting all that down there. Okay, we're almost there. Now we're going to take this. Oops, got a piece of glue there. And I'm just going to give it a little, just see how much can we do. Oh, we can't do much on this one. I meant to put my circle a smidge more that way. So we're just going to make a small arrow. So we're going to go in the middle and then from each end in to make just a little kind of banner. Okay, so getting there. So you see how we're going to do this? Now we're going to take this piece. Yeah, I could have made that a little longer. That's okay. All right, now we are going to take this and put this in the middle. And now when I look at this, I'm thinking it might have been better to use the same circle rather than the one with holes because we're going to peek through there. That's okay. The escapes go over there. So now we're going to take this, and you see now where we're going to put the glue. We're not using any dimensionals. Isn't that something? Me not use dimensionals. Not very often. Well, we will. We're going to use the skates. I shouldn't say that. We will do the skates. Okay. And then we can prop that through. Okay, now we got to do our skates. So what I want to do is take a glue dot. Oh, there goes my glue holder. Watch out when you're crafting. Things go flying. Okay, so I'm probably going to put that near the top of the wreath. And then I'm going to take these skates going down. And I know I'm going to need to trim them. But I just kind of want to see where at first. Um, I can't, because of this design, I can't have the skates going under. So I'm going to put it about there. So I think I can trim this about here. And then I'm going to put, where's my glue dot? I'm going to put a glue dot near the top. And I'm going to put the skate on there. And then I'm going to go a little bit lower. Again, put a glue dot for these gorgeous skates. Let's see. Wanted to put it a little bit, so maybe a little shorter. It's popping on me here. I'm just going to stick that there for a minute. Okay, now I should be able to get them there. Okay, and I think I'm going to put just a little dimension on the bottom, just to raise up the bottom of the skate a little bit. It's sticking to me. So as close as I can get to the bottom. And then I'll put it down in a minute. I don't like to press things down until I'm really ready. So we're going to put this on here now like this. So of course, this inside piece of this template, you could do any, I think that's a little crooked, any way you like with any dies, stamps. Like you could use stamps, you could use punches, you could use dies. You can see that in the first card I made, that was a punch, and then I used a ribbon. And in this case, we are using the stamping and the dies inside, and this was paper. All right, next. I was debating, what do you think? Should we use, is this the one I wanted? Should we use white or green? I'm thinking we're going to use green with the gold. Yep, I think so. Let's see what it looks like. We can always do it different if it looks too dark. Versamark, stamp. They have some nice sentiments. Let it snow, good tidings. And this one, I'll tell you in just a minute what it says. It says, I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. So that's a fun one. So what I'm going to do here is going to leave, I'm going to trim it as I need it after. So we're going to, is that straight? Yeah, not bad. Okay. So now we're going to take the gold powder, put it over top. If it doesn't show up enough, then we can always use, put that in a safe place. My heat gun. All right. May not be too hot from before. It's cooled down. It's coming. Not quite. Okay. Hold it in one place till it starts. There it goes. Well, I think that's going to look okay. Come here. Okay. We're bring in our card. Come here. I think that will do okay. Let's see if that's too long. If that's too long, then I can cut it shorter. I think that'll be okay. Let's pop that up. We've got to pop up something. Get a little more dimension there. one in the middle. All right, we're almost done, ladies. And if you try this again, we would love to see what you create with a different bundle or a different suite, different stamp set. It's so fun to be able to get ideas from everyone. Okay, so there we have it. Can you see the gold? There is the gold. Now I would probably, no, I don't think I'm going to put any Versamark. Madeline, there you are. Uh-oh. You like popping paper now too. I know it is addictive, isn't it? So isn't that cute how you can take the design and then you can open it up? And I don't put sentiments in my card because I wait till who I give it to. But if there was something else I wanted to say or stamp, I could write inside. But you just don't want to do that where it pops. So there we have our pop out circle. And then here was the other one. So there we go, ladies. Hope that gave you some ideas and some inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me. And stay tuned. I am going to be doing a class with this probably in September because I have made one that I haven't shown you yet because mm, I love it. So we are going to have lots of fun this fall with classes, which is a little slower in the summertime. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me, ladies. Thanks again. Bye bye. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you my other one. This is the one I made with the sled. So, here I took the wreath and I colored the wreath. So, I did all stamping on this one. And then this one, we did some stamping and we used the die cuts. So, there we go. Thanks so much. Bye bye.